Welcome back to another episode of the Rational Football League Show. My name is Emmett Scory, and I am joined by a special guest today. He has been a head coach at the semi-pro level at the largest high school in Wisconsin at James Madison. He's won many games, many championships. He now coaches a 7v7 league, right?
Program, yeah. High-level competitive 7-on-7 program.
I have on with me today Coach Adam Smith. He is actually also my cousin. He's going to be helping me do a mock draft today.
Appreciate you having me on, man. This is going to be fun. Can't wait to see who you pick and be able to just, dismantle your thinking.
Getting bold already. Okay, let's just dive right in. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and forth doing the PFF mock draft simulator. You're going to start off with pick number 1. I'll take pick 2. We'll explain our rationale behind our decisions. You guys get to see who we had available on the board and kind of help play into it. But all right, with that out of the way, let's get going. Adam, you are currently on the clock as Tennessee, number 1 overall. Who are you taking?
Well, I know a lot of people want Cam Ward here, and this is my thing. If I was Tennessee, I'm going to take my generational pass rusher here, and I'm going to, whatever we do, and the quarterback class is a lot better next year, right? And I think that there's a little bit more solid picks for quarterback next year. So I'm going to get my generational pass rusher, and I'm going to take Abdul Carter, number 1.
I've had many nice experience with Tennessee Titans fans since running this channel. I can tell you they're not going to be very nice if that's how we're starting this draft off. No, but I get your logic. I like it because you're going to have Arch Manning next draft class. You're going to have Clay Kubiak, I believe his name is, from Clemson. He's going to be a lot deeper of a quarterback class. Might as well get your generational pass rusher now and wait till next year to get quarterback.
I think there's more sure things next year than there is this. I mean, you got Cam and Shedeur, and that's really it. And I really like Shedeur over Cam because of his completion percentage under pressure. I believe that's a number 1 quality for a quarterback to have is their decision-making under pressure. And Shedeur shows that. You can say what you want about, his flashiness or his arm mechanics, but he gets the ball where it needs to be. He gets it there accurately, and I really like that about him. But I just don't think teams are going to take a chance on him up in the upper half of the draft.
Well, I mean, if I'm Cleveland now, I'm on the clock. I'm number 2. I just see Tennessee's taking Abdul Carter. I cannot sprint up there quick enough to take my future franchise quarterback, which is Cam Ward. I mean, again, I can understand the concerns there. Is he going to be a top 5 quarterback? Is he going to be a Patrick Mahomes? I don't think so. But you need a quarterback. You can't keep running with the Deshaun Watson failure. You gotta take what you can get sometimes. So I think Steve Stefanski can get the most out of Cam Ward, especially running in that kind of West Coast Kyle Shanahan style offense. They're passing on the running back, which if you guys saw our Browns mock draft video, I did have them hopefully trading back and taking Ashton Genty, but not in this situation. Cam Ward's on the board. We are taking Cam.
Well, you look at their needs. Again, not a strong quarterback class. They're kind of in the same. To me, they're kind of in the same boat as Tennessee, and I would have taken. I would take Travis Hunter here. They need a corner. They need a receiver. Why not get that in another generational athlete in Travis Hunter, and then either pick up a quarterback later on in the draft or wait till next year because I just don't see it with Cam Ward.
All right. You are on the clock at number 3 now.
Travis Hunter. It fills a need. I get another dynamic playmaker on offense as well. For whoever, for Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston or Danny DeVito. I know it's not Danny, but I think he's going to fit in New York well. I think he enjoys having the spotlight on him. He's a character. He's a hell of a football player. So I'm going to take the Heisman Trophy winner in Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I can't complain about the decision. I mean, again, if Travis Hunter's on the board, which in this obvious mock scenario he is, I can see the Giants sprinting up to get that card in. Great player. I will say, being honest, and I want to get your opinion on this after. I don't see him as a two-way player in the NFL. I see him as a corner. He's a generational corner to me. He's an all-pro corner. As a receiver, he seems like he's fine. Like he could be a wide receiver 3 in your offense, but I wouldn't build an offense around him.
Oh no, definitely. No, definitely not. I think again another playmaker. They don't have a lot of playmakers on the offensive side. I think they have like Slayton, and I think that's their best receiver right now. Yeah. Or my bad, they have Neighbors. But you look at Slayton as a number 2. Hunter definitely is in that rotation. I don't think I think he has the skills to be a number 1 receiver. He's had some incredible catches. His focus and concentration and getting his hands on the ball and holding on to it is just his next level. I think you're right. He could be an all-pro corner. I think he could be an all-pro receiver as well. I don't think he's going to be all-pro at both because I think it's just too hard at the NFL level. But I think they're going to work him in on the offense. He'd probably be receiver 3 or 4 and definitely be playing full-time on defense. But I get a playmaker on offense. I get someone that, defenses are going to have to, whatever number he's going to be is out there, and we gotta keep an eye on him because he's good.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And I will say, I always go back to Travis Hunter. I always go back to, I think it was one of the first few games I watched last year when he played against TCU at home in Boulder. And I saw him break off of a route as a corner. He was supposed to have, I think, the back corner in the end zone. He broke it off and made it an incredible interception on the flat route that I have never seen a corner make. 9 times out of 10, that throws a touchdown, and the only reason it's not is because the running back dropped the ball. And for him to come back and make a play on it, I've never seen anything like it. He's made good plays as a receiver, but I've never seen him make a play at receiver where I'm like, no one else is doing that. He's one of one. This is him. But I've seen him make plenty of plays like that at corner.
Definitely, and he's got a great feel for the game and great instincts. And I've coached guys that have either been in the NFL or gone to the NFL, and at the defensive back position, it's very robotic. And I hope they don't put the clamps on him and say you have to do it this way or this. I just hope they just let him go and just say, hey, you be you, so that he can make plays like that. And I remember that play, and I remember that play that you're talking about. He did come off that fade route, and he jumped the flat route because he saw it. He just saw it, and he has the athleticism to change directions and explode, and the ball skills to make that play.
Move us on to pick number 4. The New England Patriots are on the clock. Drake May needs a playmaker. He needs someone over there. And as much as I want to give him a guy like Genty or McMillan, it doesn't do him any good if he's on his back the whole time. So I'm going to break my own video that I have coming out later this week about what the Jaguars should do. Which I'm going to note it in the video, but I'm not. But I'm going to give Will Campbell to the New England Patriots. I think the arm thing is completely overblown. The guy's footwork is so good. He's such a great athlete. The only concern you have sometimes about him is he gets beat inside, but he's a high intelligence player. He's a great character. He's a leader. He's the only lineman ever to get awarded the number 7 from LSU. He couldn't wear it, obviously, because lineman can't, but he had a little patch on it. I mean, this guy, he's going to be a star in the league for a long time. So I'm going to get Drake May his starting left tackle for the next 15 years of his career.
I couldn't agree more with this pick. I think there's plenty of receivers for them to pick in later rounds that are going to be great weapons for someone like Drake May. But again, they have the worst offensive line in the league. And if you're going to build a winning program, you have to be able to control the line of scrimmage, and you have to be able to keep your quarterback upright. And this is a great pick, I think, to New England. I think protect your quarterback, one that you have so much invested in. I think it's a great pick. Couldn't agree more.
So Jacksonville Jaguars, you are on the clock. What are you taking?
A lot of people have Mason Graham here. And I think they need some pass rush. and some quality defensive line, again, controlling the line of scrimmage. But I'm going to give, they lost a lot of weapons, so I'm going to give Trevor Lawrence a weapon, and I'm going to draft McMillan from Arizona.
I do not hate the pick. So actually, initially in that video that I just referenced for the Jaguars, my initial premise of the video was going to be that they should pass on Graham and instead take McMillan. But as I was kind of divulging into what the GM and what Liam Cohen had kind of talked about, O-line was too much of a need for me to pass. It was too much of a focus for him. But yeah, they need him. I mean, Brian Thompson Jr. is a fantastic receiver. He's a deep threat. He's special. But McMillan gives another component to that offense that BTJ, I mean, I don't want to say he's lacking, but it just gives him another component. You know, he's great underneath. He's a great separator. McMillan's a great yak guy. He's going to bring you a lot of things, and it's going to complement Brian Thomas Jr. well. Next, I get to pick for your favorite team, the Las Vegas Raiders. Oh, God, the temptation to just completely fuck this over for him. And just...
Oh, wow. They're already messed up. You don't got to mess them up even more. There's a lot of there's a lot of intrigue on the board here that there's a lot of different ways you could go here. So, I mean, I'm interested to hear which way you go.
I'm thinking Tyler Shuck. I'm thinking Louisville quarterback Tyler Shuck here would be perfect for the Raiders.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. I'm going to go Ashton Genty. I mean, it just makes too much sense. Pete Carroll needs his Marshawn Lynch. He needs his guy. We were kind of talked about and touched on it. The quarterback draft class is weak at best. They just traded for Geno Smith. They gave him an extension. So you're fine at quarterback for at least this season, probably next season too, if you don't like the quarterback class or where you're at. Get yourself a healthy running back. Get yourself an all-pro. I mean, this guy is the second coming of LaDainian Tomlinson. He's fantastic.
Well, I'd be happy to have him. I mean, you could go D-line here. You could go O-line here. You could go receiver. You could go corner. There's, like I said, Shedeur Sanders could go here. So that was, I think it's a safe pick. It's the safest pick. If Ashton Gentry is there, if no one trades up, I think if someone like Chicago is looking to trade up to 6, I think the Raiders do it. I think the Raiders would trade 6 and move back, pick up some more draft picks, because there's plenty of running backs and that I think could be just as good or if not better.
So we got Ashton Genty off the board. You got the Jets on the clock. Who are you taking here?
I think the Jets have at least in their minds, have their quarterback of the future here. I know people are screaming quarterback here, but I think they think that Justin Fields is going to be their number one, and I'm going to go O-line to protect him. So Armand Membu from Missouri, and we're going to try to help him out, keep him upright, and give him some protection. I think when he has time, I think he can be a good quarterback, and he definitely has the athleticism and legs to make things happen and extend plays and get outside the pocket and either make a play with his arm or his legs. But I think that he knows that he's the number one guy. I think that's going to build his confidence, and I think you're going to see some good things out of him this year.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a great pick. We my co-host on the show, B, just actually put out a video today on the channel. Today, as in Monday, April 21st, about the Jets' decision between Tyler Warren here or Membu, and he made a strong case for Membu that definitely had me convinced by the end of the video that it was the right choice to go. But yeah, I agree with you. They clearly want to give Fields a chance as the franchise quarterback, and if you're going to do that, you need to give the guy some protection. You're not going to learn anything if he's running for his life. And we saw what happened in not Chicago. Well, I guess Chicago versus Pittsburgh when he did have some protection. Chicago, we saw 3-4 years of okay, shaky quarterback play. And the one season you give him a great offensive line in Pittsburgh, he looks like a franchise quarterback. So I like the move. I think it's a great one. And I think we're going to see another great year of Justin Fields as long as he's protected. This one I'm curious to see. Carolina Panthers at 8. Last year, we did a lot of talking about the Panthers. They had, just because they had such a great fan base and there was a decision to trade, the number 1 overall pick for Caleb Williams to the Bears. So I haven't talked about them a whole lot this offseason, though, even though they are one of my favorite fan bases to interact with. But I am going to give Bryce Young a weapon over the middle that he can utilize, someone he can just feed the ball to relentlessly. I'm going to give him Tyler Warren, the tight end out of Penn State.
Picking a tight end this high, I think if you like him over any of the receivers, obviously having the number 1 tight end or the number 1 ranked tight end coming out of college, the opportunity to draft him, he's going to be a great weapon for you. I think if you think receivers, again, are deep, you can get something else down the line, 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. And give Bryce that security blanket. Absolutely. I think that's a really sneaky pick. It's a really good sneaky pick.
Yeah, well, and you would know tight ends as the guy that coached Jake Ferguson in high school, current Dallas Cowboys tight end. I think you would know, you'd be able to spot some tight end talent pretty well.
I like the tight end talent in this draft. I think it's deep. And I think I do like, having, again, in Big Ten country, you see Penn State a lot, and he did some really nice things, caught the ball well with his hands in traffic, was used used as quarterback, right? He would run quarterback. I just think he's a really versatile athlete, and I think that's a really good pick.
All right, so who are you taking with the New Orleans Saints? Number 9's on the clock.
If he doesn't go here, I think he falls to the 20s, and I'd like to see him here, actually, and see what he could do. I'm going to go Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur Sanders in the Big Easy. Okay.
I don't think it's being talked about enough, but they don't have a quarterback. Carr, who I liked with Oakland, he's hurt, and Rattler I've never liked. I just never liked him. I don't think he was good at all. So I think if he does not get picked here, I think if they go somewhere else, if they go wide receiver or D-line or even offensive line here instead, I think Shedeur could fall into the 20s. But I think they're going to grab him here. I don't think he falls past 9.
Number 10, Chicago Bears are on the clock. It's me for now. Think back. I'm trying to channel my inner B. What did he say he wanted? I think it was, if I remember correctly, he wanted an offensive tackle. He's an Ohio State Buckeye fan, so it's going to be a reach here. I understand that, so don't get mad at me. You guys can yell at me in the comment section. I'm going to take Josh Simmons here at left tackle for the Chicago Bears. The guy's got an immense amount of talent. He's probably one of the best tackles in this class. And I wouldn't be surprised if he went as the first tackle, if not for his injury, his knee surgery he had to get. So he gives Caleb Williams a little more protection, which obviously Ben Johnson's big on O-lineman. It allows Braxton Jones to either ride the bench or they can try to kick him inside or do something else with him. But he's been an okay left tackle, but Josh Simmons would be a great left tackle for him.
See, I think you did this on purpose because you know your 49ers are coming up and you know what they need. But, they brought in so many offensive linemen. They traded for a guy. They brought another guy in, a free agent. I do not think they go offensive line here. With Mason Graham on, available, they need a safety, and Malik Starks is a beast. I think they go defense here, to be honest. That Gentry's off the board as well. I think they would have chosen one of those two there. But I think the reason you did that is because the way this is working out, you know who I'm going to pick for your 49ers.
Oh, wow. What a coinky dink. Look who's on the board when the Niners are on the clock. Thanks, B.
Just
Speaking
for that.
of which, who are you taking at number 11?
Just for that. Who's the lowest rated D lineman here? Not give them another beast. I know they need some offensive linemen, but I think if it shakes out like this, and it never does, obviously, there's going to be some trades. There's going to be some moving around, right? There's going to be somebody that does reach for somebody that you're like, whoa, that blows your mind, and someone gets picked before. But if Mason Graham is available at 11 for San Francisco, I think they take him. I think they take him over any offensive lineman. I think they take him over, Jade Barron or even Will Johnson. Because I know they need corners. But I just think they've lost a lot on the line. So Mason Graham is my pick for your Niners. Reluctantly.
Yeah, reluctantly. Yeah, if Mason Graham's there, they can't sprint that card up quick enough. And the difference I know we kind of talked a little bit before on camera, but a lot of people had the Jags taking Mason Graham. I like the fit in San Francisco, or at least the San Francisco style defense, versus the one that Anthony Campanelli, I believe his name is, will be running in Jacksonville. Is he won't ever be asked to drop into coverage, right? This is a forward-facing attack. You're assigned a gap, go play it, and that's going to be right into Mason Graham's strength. So I like the fit there. Playing alongside Bosa will be even better for him. Yeah, obviously I'm going to be in love with this pick if this is how it shakes out for us. But, all right, number 12, the Dallas Cowboys are on the clock. This one almost feels automatic. If Genty's not on the board, they're still going to go running back. Let's give them a Marion Hampton out of UNC. Oh, you're surprised by that?
I am.
Really? I'm curious, who did you have them taking here?
I would have seen them, grabbing a guard. Personally, I know it's not sexy, but their offensive line stinks. And they just lost a Hall of Famer. And they got to protect a $60 million quarterback. I know there's not really one rated that high to pick in the top 12. I could see them maybe trying to move back. Because I think if Gentry's there, they take him. But to take Hampton at 12, I just think is a little reach. Luther Burden here would have been interesting as well.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting pick. There was CeeDee Lamb. But 13, Miami, they could use a receiver. They got a little bit of troubles there with the fast receiver that might not be on the roster too much longer.
He's going to be there. Where else is he going to go?
Jail.
He can't go anywhere else. Where's he going to go? No one's going to trade for him.
Jail. No, he's going to... The Miami-Dade County Penitentiary is going to send a first-round pick for him. We're going to see the longest yard, Tyreek Hill edition.
There we go. That would be fun. I really like... I know they need some offensive line, some defensive line. But I really like Will Johnson here out of Michigan. Yeah. I really like the corner pick here. Again, they got some really good receivers in the AFC East. And I think they just need that one tough-nosed corner that's going to, play physical.
I feel like this is kind of interesting part with mock drafts is you get to a certain point, especially when you're doing like individualized, where now we're at 14 with the Colts on the clock, and you're kind of looking at what's available. You're going, wow, he's still available? Wow, he's still available?
Yeah.
How did I forget about this guy?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of wild. It's making this decision a little tough. I know we kind of talked, you kind of mentioned Tyler Warren is the one that's mostly mocked here. He's obviously not available. So just kind of seeing what they need. I don't trust Anthony Richardson right now. I'm not entirely sure they fully do either. So I don't know if they're going to try to build around him so much. But there are a couple interesting defensive pieces here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them my favorite linebacker in this draft class. I'm going to give them Jahad Campbell, who is a guy who I think has all the potential in the world. He can rush the passer. He's lengthy. He can drop in his own coverage well. He's a tackling machine. He's hyper athletic. And he needs some development. He's a little undercooked right now. Give him a couple years, and Shane Steichen, the offense coordinator. But give him a couple years in the NFL. I really believe he can develop into a great linebacker for him.
I think the defensive side of the ball is where they need to go. You look at who they got to face in the AFC South there. This happens to be my son, AJ, his favorite team. And he says, he wants pass rusher. He's so big on the pass rusher, right? But I think linebacker wise, it does fill a need. If it's the highest guy on your board, I think you take him there then too. So I just think he's going to fill a need, high grade, high motor. Let's go.
All right, number 15, the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock. Who you got?
This is so tough. They have the worst pass rush in the league. Which is 0. They have no pass rush.
Oh, historically. They have a historically horrible pass rush.
But when you look, there's
like 5 years running.
Yeah. There is no pass rushers at 15 that
there's one there. There's one there.
It's a reach.
Now, do you trust him? Is it different?
It's a reach. I think there's a reach.
Based on production, he's probably the most accomplished pass rusher in this draft class. But again, obviously he comes with some red flags. But it's your pick. I'll let you make a decision.
You think they go there?
I don't know. They're desperate.
They're
called the Dirty Birds.
Good. You know what? They're gonna. I think. Yeah. All right. We'll do it. We'll take Mike Green. We got to take it. They got to do something.
Green to Atlanta.
They have to.
The
do
ultimate
something.
Dirty Bird for the Dirty Birds.
I'm
sorry. I should say this. Allegedly Dirty Bird. Allegedly. And
maybe in Atlanta he's able to tighten up a little bit, but that's not really a city to do that. I think you could have gone some other places here. You could have probably done like a Walter Nolan. You could have done a Jade Barron. Even some are saying wide receiver, which I don't see. I think they have a couple of good wide receivers, but I think they need to shore up that pass rush. They need to get something going. I could see them taking even another pass rusher down the line because they're just so bad at it.
Moving on to pick 16, a lot of Atlanta Falcons are on the clock at this point. I'm sorry, Atlanta Falcons, Arizona Cardinals. It's a bird. Come on, it's the same thing. What's the difference? They luck out. You want to talk about lucking out in between, 49ers getting Mason Graham. The Cardinals sit here and get Walter Nolan, who has to be the most athletic defensive lineman in this entire draft class. Again, another guy that's potential at the wazoo. If you're projecting him well, I mean, no one punches like this guy. I think I just saw a video this morning it was against Wake Forest where he had a guard he was engaged with, and he just shoves him right back into the running back, blows him up completely, and just destroys the play. I mean, the guy just has so much raw power.
Well, I mean, they need something because their defense, I don't think, was very good last year, and I know they could probably use a pass rusher as well. But I think when you have somebody rated this high, again, it becomes more of getting the best player available and finding a way to make that work versus, maybe like a more of a need, whether it be offensive line or corner, or like I said, receiver, edge, the shinier kind of picks. This guy gets down and dirty, plays in a tough conference, and I think he's going to be really, he'll really help Arizona out.
Number 17, the Bengals are on the clock. What you got?
Man, this is a tough one too because they need some defensive help.
Yeah, they do.
I think we're going to go with Jalen Walker, linebacker from Georgia.
That's a good pick. Now, I'm curious to see, how do you use him, though? Because he's one of those guys who played a hybrid tweener role at Georgia where sometimes he was an edge rusher on third downs and, first and second, they had him as a middle linebacker. How do you use him?
I use him just like that. I think those guys are great. I think when you can move those guys like that around and put them in positions to be successful, kind of like the way that Dallas does with Michael Parsons. He's never in the same spot, right? And that's really hard to come up with protection schemes when it's around that one person. Like, Bosa is going to be at the left D end, 99% of the plays, right? So I know how I can set my protection to that. I need somebody. I think they'll find a way to keep the Hendrickson. They have to. They cannot let him go. They cannot trade him. But to end up, again, in third down situations, to put him opposite him, and have them, going from each side. I just think that's, again, just helps the defense and confuses the offense as far as where to set protections.
Up next, we got the Seahawks on the clock. Another team I would like to just give no one to. But it's not the way the world works. Here we are. And I think they are thrilled to see Kelvin Banks Jr. still on the board. They've had a massive problem at tackle for a couple of years now. No matter who you start at quarterback, it's not going to work out for you. If you can't keep him upright, Kelvin Banks is one of the best tackles in this draft class. I would love to see, I'm sure the Seahawks fan would love to see him there.
Absolutely. They have one of the worst offensive lines in football. A guy that I work with is a huge Seahawks fan, and I think he stated, like, over the last 3 years, they've given us the most sacks. And if you want, Sam Darnold to have any type of chance, we saw him in the playoff game when they could not protect him, the type of quarterback he was. That will only continue, especially with the loss of Lockett and Metcalf. They have basically one weapon on offense, and they just got to be able to keep Sam Darnold upright. I think this is a step in the right direction to do that.
All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. Who are you taking here for them?
Man. Linebacker, corner, edge, safety.
Yeah, it's all defensive. If you know how space it needs, it's all defense. Yeah.
It is. And I know they lost, White, but there really isn't a linebacker that I think you can take up here. Look at the highest rated player on the board that a lot of other people have picked. And I think you got to go Barron here, I think.
Going Barron.
And look at the
best corner available.
Best corner available. You look at the receivers that are in the NFC South, and I think you could go edge here, but again, there's not one here. There's not a linebacker here, so you look best available. I think Barron fit.
Well, I can tell you right now, if this is the way this board plays out, Sean Payton cannot get up to the board quick enough to get himself Luther Burden III. I mean, the guy that his whole offense is predicated on, he loves that West Coast style. He wants Bo Nix to be a distributor and be a point guard, get the ball in the receiver's hands as quick as he can, let those guys make someone miss and take it to the house. And very few guys did it better than Luther Burden III over these last 2 years at Missouri. The guy's a freak. I don't know if you had a chance to watch any Mizzou games. I mean, he's special. And in that offense,
yeah, I think they couldn't get the ball. I don't know why he didn't touch the ball more. That was my kind of biggest take with Missouri football is, why isn't this guy touching the ball a dozen times a game? I 100% agree. I love Bo Nix. I loved him coming out. I wanted the Raiders to take him last year. Again, another quarterback that has a high completion percentage under pressure, right? He had the highest last year coming out, I think it's 71%. And you can say what you want about his age. He's played a ton of football, and to get the guy a weapon like this and maybe get him a running back in the second or third round and shore up their defense was great last year. So I think this is a huge pick that you couldn't go wrong with. I think he's gonna be a stud.
All right,
the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's no quarterback.
No.
There's none.
No, but you still got Malachi Stark sitting right there.
do have Malachi starts, and it does fill a need. Could go running back, but I think again later in the draft, I think could go tackle. I think I will go Starks here. I think again, just a dog, literally. Something they need. I think he can bring, when Troy Polamalu was playing safety for Pittsburgh, it built an identity for them on defense. I think this is a guy that can, along with who is it, Fitzpatrick, that's back there as well.
Yeah.
Just shore up that back end, insert himself into the run game, and I think he fits just what Pittsburgh is about, especially defensively.
All right. We are on to pick number 22, the Los Angeles Chargers on the clock. There's a need a wide receiver. So, I don't think there's any good ones. Well, I shouldn't speak that quickly here. And for me, this choice now boils down to Imuka. Imuka. How do I say that last name again? Imuka Ibeku, right? I'm so bad with names.
So am I.
Imuka Ibeku. I'm so. Yeah, it's just I feel like every week when I do a video, there's some name I completely butcher, and I get 3 or 4 comments on it every time. I'm like, yeah, I get it, guys. My bad. So it's not my specialty.
That's why I'm not going to draft a kid from. Well, I shouldn't say that now. Never mind. Keep going.
Oh, now I'm curious.
No.
The kid from Boston College.
I can't say that last name. There's no way.
Yeah. It's Donovan. There we go. It's Donovan.
There we go, Donovan.
There you go. I'm gonna give. It's Jim Harbaugh. It's the Chargers. It's the team of Antonio Gates. You gotta give him a tight end. I'm gonna give Colston Loveland to the Chargers. I'm gonna give Justin Herbert a big target to hit. Again, another safety blanket. They have Ladd McConkey. They still have Quentin Johnson, whatever that's worth. So give him a tight end to play and work with.
100% love this pick. Absolutely. Michigan guy. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. If he's there at 22, I think that's one of the surest picks that there is.
All right, 23. You're in the Midwest. You're in Wisconsin. You've got your finger on the pulse. At 23, the Green Bay Packers are selecting.
This is so hard because you do have the 2 names that we were just trying to pronounce there that I think that a lot of the fan base would love. You have Halfley, who's the former head coach at Boston College, so to bring in one of his own,
it's true.
As an edge rusher, to be with that crop and hopefully continue their aggression on defense, but they need a corner. You have Trey Amos out there. You have the kid from Benjamin Morrison from Notre Dame. But I gotta go. No, here's what I'm gonna do.
We do.
Because Goody never goes offense in the first round. Besides Love, but a receiver in the first round literally has not been done in Green Bay since like '91. They've talked about this before. Even though Igbuka is there, I still think they're gonna go with Donovan, the DN from Boston College. I think we'll take him.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we put out a video on this, but if this is where the board shakes out, I probably would have taken Kenneth Grant, but I don't think you can be too mad with Donovan. It's his former college coach and Jeff Halfley. He played really well in 2023 under Halfley. He had a great season. It gives him an edge rusher. Perfect. Number 24, Minnesota Vikings are on the clock. They need a running back, defensive interior, and DB. Oh, yeah, that's kind of. I'm just realizing right now. I don't see Shamir. Oh, there's Shamir Stewart. Probably as an option. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to give him Kenneth Grant. Again, another freak nature athlete. I think the rich get richer. The Vikings had one of the best defenses in the league last year. Giving him a guy like this would be fantastic. I'm curious to see what you do here at 25 with the Texans. Because, yes, they could use a receiver. But at this point, I don't even know who's blocking for C.J. Stroud anymore.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. And you're sitting here with Ibuka, you got the hometown kid in Golden. But you want to know what? You can always get offensive linemen. I can't get really good, talented receivers all the time. And I think I can't remember his last name now. Number 12, the receiver, Nico.
Oh my God, it's basic name. Nico Collins.
Nico Collins. I think he's a top 10 receiver when he's healthy.
Yeah,
I really
fantastic.
do. I think he's a top 10 receiver in the league when he is healthy. And for them to lose Diggs, I think Tank Dell will come back and be that slot. But I'm going to say they go with the hometown kid. I think they're going to go with Golden.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect replacement for Stephon Diggs, where did he go to? Oh God, now I can't remember where he left to. That's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing because I have it, and they just showed him.
Wow.
No.
Obviously, it's not. Obviously, must not be that important. So sorry, Diggs. Man, Matthew Golden's. I mean, when you watch Texas, I know a lot of the attention kind of went into the discussion around Isaiah Bond and how great he can be. But Golden, I mean, he just made play after play after play. He was spectacular in the playoffs for him. You know, it was more of a subtle name, but he stood out every time you turned the game on. All right. The LA Rams, Mr. Too Good for Everybody Else. Who are you taking for the Beach Boys there?
No, this is your pick.
Oh, that's right. You just did Golden. All right. Who am I taking for the Beach Boys here? Oh, my God. All right. Well, it says tight end, tackle, linebacker, quarterback are all needs. But by golly, if I can't help myself, they have the most terrifying D-line in the league. It's so young. It's so good. They have Byron Young. They have Jared Verse, Brandon Fisk. It's terrifying to play them and watch them every week because they could just take over a game. So why not make it scarier? Give them James Pierce Jr., the edge out of Tennessee, the guy who at this point last year was projected to be the number 1 overall pick in 2025, has somehow, I don't know if he's just become the forgotten commodity or what's happened to this guy, but people have really kind of soured on him. It's something about an attitude, I guess, but I don't care. If this guy can play, this guy can play, and he reminds me of Aldon Smith. That's the kind of dominance this guy can bring. You pair that with Jared Verse, you pair that with Brandon Fisk and Byron Young, this will be an untouchable D-line. This will be the greatest D-line potentially in the history of the NFL. It will just be a nightmare to face week after week.
That is one bold statement. But again, controlling the offensive line, defensive line, when you're able to have a pass rush, when you're able to stop the run, it just makes your back end so much better. It makes those corners and safeties so much more better. Those linebackers are so much better when you have guys taking up blocks. Again, who you're gonna slide your protection to? You're gonna have to put your back on somebody, and somebody's gonna be one-on-one, and that's just gonna add up to a lot of pressures, for the LA Rams opponents. And I mean, if he has an attitude and he can't be happy in LA, playing in SoFi with, beautiful weather and, then I guess he's just going to have to, I just wouldn't want to face him on Sundays. That's the thing, and I 100% agree with you. And they get someone like at his caliber, they're going to be competing for the division title again. Oh man.
All right.
Baltimore Ravens.
Pick 27, Baltimore Ravens. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you going here from Baltimore?
I think I'm going to go with Shamar Stewart, edge rusher for Texas A&M.
See, I feel like this is the thing with Shamar Stewart. People are so polarized on him. You either think he's going to be this fantastic, all-athletic edge rusher, or you think he's a complete bust. And there really doesn't seem to be a whole lot of people in between. So where do you fall in this dynamic here?
Well, I just think that, again, having those handful of guys that just have to get to the right place. Otherwise, you're right, they're going to be a bust, right? And you look at what Baltimore is able to do with defensive players and how they are able to develop them and put them in a position to be successful. And John Harbaugh is a fantastic coach, and I just think that they're going to be able to put him in a situation to be successful and develop him in the right way. If you don't go with this guy here, you talk about rich get richer right here.
Yeah, I was going to say, my next two picks, I think let's see here. Okay, I got a couple surprise picks coming up here, but yeah, Imuki Abeku, I mean, it's a no-brainer at 28. I think the Lions are absolutely thrilled to get to pair a guy like this with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff, especially the style he likes to play, get the ball out of his hands. He has to give it to the best, one of the best slot receivers in this entire draft class. And it's, again, a kind of guy that feels kind of forgotten about. He's just been so good for so long that he just seems to kind of fallen off the college landscape. I mean, especially you're talking about, he played against, oh my gosh, that freshman kid, the 6'5" freshman kid. Oh, his last name Smith, I believe, at Ohio State.
Oh, yeah, number 4.
He kind of got lost this year behind him. Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of got lost behind Jeremiah Smith. But this guy has had a first-round grade on him since, I think, his freshman year. And he's been spectacular. He's been quietly spectacular. So the Lions getting this kind of guy here is phenomenal for him. On to pick 29, we have the Commanders. Who are you taking for them?
I think I'm going to go with Mikael Williams from Georgia. They got to get after quarterbacks, man, in that division.
Yeah, but I think that's a good pick. Yeah, they definitely got to get after the quarterbacks. You have Jalen Hurts in this division, Dak Prescott, obviously, and then Russell Wilson. Like, still kind of a threat with his legs a little bit. So, yeah, Mikael Williams, again, another kind of high potential guy. He's a great run stuffer. Curious to see if he's able to develop a little more of a pass rush repertoire. But I think it's a good pick for him, especially if he falls to this deep in the draft. I'm sure a lot of people will be surprised by that. But good pick for him. For 30, the Buffalo Bills. First surprise of the draft. If this is a name not on your radar, or if you're watching this video not on your radar, you need to get learning it quick because he has the potential to be great. I'm going David Walker at pick 30 from Central Arkansas. And if you're not sure why I'm picking him, let me just click on this so you can see his PFF stuff here real quick. Look at that pass rush grade. Look at those pressures. This guy, again, he's playing a lower level at D1, but he dominated these levels. He's a fantastic player. He's got an effortless motor. He's a little undersized, but his pass rush repertoire is fantastic. He gets after the quarterback. It just naturally, instinctively, it's what he does. Every
year they have one of those guys, right? And again, usually the Packers do something like that. They'll take this, obscure person, and I just don't think when you have somebody that is that consistent, it doesn't matter at the level when it's that consistent. It's kind of like a Max Crosby, right? That consistent, adds pressures, has a motor, works his tail off. Those guys, I pick film over anything else.
On to you now, 31, Kansas City Chiefs, the Evil Empire. Who are you drafting for them?
The Evil Empire. I think this is a fit that fits them. They need help on the offensive line. I think, watching that Super Bowl, you could see it. I'm going Gray Zabel. I know he's listed as a tackle, but I think they'll move him down into guard, and he's going to be a beast at guard for the next 12 years.
Yeah, I agree with you. Again, there's obviously the need there. Kansas City loves investing in that O-line. It just seems like a natural pairing. The fact that he fell to him, I think they're going to be thrilled about that. I agree with you. He's more of a guard to me in the NFL than a tackle, but I think it's a good pair. Pick 32 for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going with a surprise here. I'm making a trade.
Oh.
Did it in my video. It's the only trade we're doing here. So they get the 5th-year option. I'm going with Travion Henderson for the Cleveland Browns. I know it seems a little ridiculous, but you get the full length of this running back's prime on a cheap contract. You take the 5 years, you get the 5th-year option, you franchise tag him 1 year. They can let him go, you get the 6 years. It's great money marketing. And this is make money managing, marketing. This is one of the best running backs in this draft class. This guy's phenomenal. He reminds me a lot of Jahmyr Gibbs or like an Alvin Kamara. He's just, the burst is so quick for him. He gets through the hole so fast. He's got great vision. He's analyzing our job to tell us how shitty we did. What's your thoughts on that pick for Travion Henderson there?
I mean, hometown kid, if you like him that much and you're willing to trade out, I just think there are other options there. I really like the kid from Iowa. I think he's going to be...
Oh, the running back?
I really love the running back from Iowa.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I really like... I also like the running back from Arizona State and Cam Scatterbutt. So,
Scatterboo. Yes, I love Scatterboo.
I like him. I like him. And I think you can get those guys in the second, not having to trade out of it. Again, I think the running back position is coming back, especially with how Saquon Barkley is, played last year. But I still, unless I can only really, for me, I would only draft Gentry in the first round. No, I wouldn't draft anybody else in the first round.
See, for me, especially in that kind of situation where the Browns are picking 33. So in order to move up one pick to 32, I mean, it's costing you a 5th round pick, maybe a 6th round pick. And if you take a running back there, like I said, you get him for the length of their entire career, right? He's 22. By the end of his rookie contract, he's 27, about to be 28. You franchise tag him for 1 year, he's 29. And then you let him go. You never really have to pay him big money. You're never going to have to reset the market for him. So just to me, I feel like I'm getting the most bang for my buck for paying a 5th round pick to get a guy I really like for the longevity of his career.
I definitely see your logic, and I agree with your logic there. I've always thought you don't give that running back a second contract, even though I come from an era where, Walter Payton played 13 years. It's just, Emmitt Smith, right? Barry Sanders played 10 years, but consider it was, just ridiculed because
James Brown.
he stopped at 10. Yeah, same 9 years, right? A lot of these, Marcus Allen played 13 plus years. They don't last that long.
Jim Brown. Yeah. Well, I mean, you grew up watching guys like Jim Brown, so it makes sense.
I'm not that old. I grew up watching Walter Payton and Tony Dorsett and Marcus Allen and Eric Dickerson, and then Mike Rozier, John Riggins. Come on, man! It's 80s, not 60s.
You're lucky I can't remember the Packers running back from the 3rd Super Bowl or the 2nd Super Bowl.
Paul Hornung.
Oh, yes, the former legend from I think it's from Notre Dame. Yeah, you grew up watching those kind of guys, The $1 million backfield in San Francisco. Gale Sayers.
You're lucky you're a couple thousand miles away.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying it. If I was closer, I wouldn't.
No, you probably.
So
no,
do these calls on Zoom.
Yeah, you probably would still do it though.
Probably. I can outrun you at this point. I'm still young enough.
Oh my God, yeah, you can. My knee is toast.
Yeah. That's sad that I've had 3 knee surgeries and your knee is still worse than mine.
Well, I've had 4. And I'm probably going to have a 5th. Yeah.
Jesus. What point did they just replace this thing?
That's what they're going to do.
Oh. Yeesh. Don't play football, kids.
Yeah.
Or breakdance.
Oh, gosh. All right.
So, guys, let us know down in the comment section what you think of our mock draft. Do you like it? Which picks do you hate? let us know. We'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Emmett Sport. That's Coach Adam Smith. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Thanks, guys.